I trust it today. You sound fine, I sound fine. Hey, Desperate Housewives super fans. Welcome back. We've been doing this podcast for 2 years officially this week.
I realized that too, and I
Yeah.
gasped.
And we've made a total of $70.
Okay, in fairness, we started monetizing what, a month and a half ago?
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. I forgot about the $80 you laundered to pay your rent.
Okay, I technically laundered 40. I Venmoed you 40. I
Yeah,
Venmoed you
only
half.
after I saw on our joint email account that we had been cashed out weeks before.
You know I get distracted. I have a big announcement for all of our listeners.
Oh, do tell.
Now, you probably can't read it backwards, but this is my Blanche name necklace. I'm wearing it today because today, July 25th, 2025, is Blanche's 5th birthday.
Today's Blanche's birthday?
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay, in my mind it's in September because that's when we got her.
Right.
But oh, happy birthday, Blanchie.
She says thank you.
Oh, Tofu, say happy birthday to Blanche. He's not in the room.
I showered her with treats and kisses this morning, so hopefully she understands.
Oh, I can't believe she's already 5. And Tofu's is turning 4 soon.
That's mind blow. I mean,
I know.
when you look into their massive eyes and you're like, 4 years of Tofu, 5 years of Blanche, I really am like taken aback. I know we talk about how strange the passage of time is, but that's one of those things that really sticks it to me.
No, especially like again, because of the pandemic. The past 5 years have just been crazy, or maybe if it's our age too. But it's just gone by a little too fast, and I think it needs to stop.
Agreed.
Where are you? But I don't know about Blanche, but Tofu still acts like he's a baby.
Well,
Tofu, get in the
absolutely,
room.
yes. And I think part of that is the fact that I infantilize Blanche a lot.
But I don't think Blanche acts like a baby.
You're
I
right.
think Blanche, I don't like Waffles was not on his first life. Like Waffles knew what was going on. Blanche is not on her first life. Like she's aware of the world. She's like a scared little cat because she knows it's horrors. Tofu is a brilliant animal, but this is his first time on Earth.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he knows what's going on, but for the first time. And I feel like Blanche, like she's a woman of the world.
Yeah, Blanche is definitely worldly. She's seen some things. She's seen some
Yeah,
things.
for sure. Speaking of seeing some things, what have you seen in this last week that has been
Unfortunately,
desperate?
not much. And the thing is, I had this grand plan all of last week where I was like, you know what? As soon as I have a full day free where I don't have anything to do in the afternoon or go to work at any point, I am going to just get in the car and drive down the beach. And I was going to do this on Sunday. But then Sunday just got too late. I went to get matcha with my friend Emily, who's so, so lovely and wonderful. She's a funny sketch comedy friend. We should have the three of us together at some point. You'd really like her. But then by the time I left her, it was about noon. And I drove home from Studio City, and it was cloudy. I said, well, that's weird. So I didn't end up going. Then Monday, I was going to go to the beach, but somebody asked me to hang out in the evening, so I figured, why go? Then I said I'll definitely go Tuesday no matter what. Do you know what happened on Tuesday?
Hopefully you got a job.
I have a job, you know this. Tuesday, like Monday, the sky was gray until like 2:30 p.m.
Oh, I do remember this. Yeah, I recall.
Yeah, and I think it was that I had met up with Hannah or something on Monday, but it was gray until the late afternoon. Wednesday, I'm like, I am going to the beach. It's beautiful out. I love it. I wake up to the sunshine. Called into work, last minute emergency. And I need the money. So get in the car, but don't go to the beach. Go to work.
It sounds like you're doing a monologue in like those crazy like sketch shows you used to do, like the actors showcases. That's what it
Ooh,
sounds
you're
like you're doing.
right.
all I wanted to do when I moved to LA was go to the beach.
Yeah.
But every day
That's myself.
something happened.
And
Monday, saw a friend. Tuesday, gray. Like you're
it
literally not
really
on.
is, but it is like that. And I'm just wondering, like, what's going on that every day I have off that I could potentially go to the beach is cloudy, overcast, depressing. And then any day that I have to work, I wake up to beautiful sunlight.
As it happens. Well, I feel like going to the beach here, like it's a lot more of a hassle than I thought it was gonna be. Like I was like, I want to move from New York City because I want to be able to just go to the beach whenever I want. And I don't because it's like far away.
You have to cross the 405.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I get that. I did I had a date last week, I want to say, and the guy texted me when I got home and he said, "I know you live close by, but I just want you to know that I would cross the 405 for you." I said that might be the most romantic thing anyone has ever said to me.
That literally is. He said I lived in Los Angeles. This is that's literally a long distance relationship.
It is. And now you, please. What's your moment of desperation?
I just think nothing's gonna top my crazy travels of last week. Um, I've just been so burnt out. I on Tuesday on the gray day, I like that was my quarterly day to like lay in bed all day. Which listeners, as you know, I'm not a girl who likes to lay in bed. Like when the sun's up, I'm up. But when there's no sun, I'm like a plant. So I was like, I woke up, there's no sun. I said, this is my day. Like I need to rest. All the week before, I was doing training meet every single day. Then my friend Jade was in town, so I just like didn't have a moment. So then Wednesday I go to work, and we were doing like a celebration for Fantastic Four because one thing about working at Disney, we're always having a celebration. There's always something going on. So I'm walking over to that because my office is not on the lot. It's like a little bit further away. So I'm walking, just like la 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 la. I can't wait to get my free hat of Fantastic Four. All of a sudden, I see something run by me, and I'm like, is that a little puppy dog? No, it was fully a coyote. And I'm stopping, and I literally was for so many thoughts were going through my mind within these like maybe 15 seconds because I was thinking about your experience with the coyote. I was thinking about how I was like roasting you for not yelling at it. I was thinking about how I should be doing that, but I was like also a little bit paralyzed with fear. Meanwhile, this coyote's minding its business. This coyote does not even notice me. It's just walking. So I literally end up just doing this. Listeners, you have to look on YouTube. I was just like waving my arms like because as much as I know screaming go away coyote is what you're supposed to do, it doesn't feel right.
Right.
Because I don't want to attract attention to myself. So I'm like, why is this correct? Now that I've come face to face with death. So then the coyote breezes by me and I'm like, okay, like it doesn't care about me. I see one of my coworker, or not coworker, but like she's in my office. She walks by, I go, did you see that coyote? And she goes, oh my God, no. So whatever. Then I go, I get my little free hat, get lunch, fine. So I go back to the office. I didn't see the movie because I have too much going on right now, but my coworkers did. So asking them about it, and then I was telling my coworker about the coyote situation. And she goes, so funny you say that, because she was talking to one of the security guards at one of the gates, and he was warning her about there's a coyote that has like a daily routine that walks into the lot from the park every day, comes into the lot, scampers around, then leaves and goes back to the park. He goes on his daily hot girl walk. I hear that and suddenly I'm like sick to my stomach, like I want to cry. I'm obsessed with this coyote. I think I'm gonna name him Walker. Oh my God.
Ooh, wait.
That's his name. His name's Walker. I was just like she told me this and I was like gonna start crying. I was like, I love him. That's so sweet. He's me for real. He's so happy. He's like, I love Disney. I love just going on a walk. So now I want to pitch. I need to like walk over to the animation building and be like, hey, I have to pitch something. Like a movie about a little coyote who just wants to be in the movies. So he just walks around the studio lot.
That is so
sad and so
sweet.
sweet.
I
I
can't
love
believe he's
him.
doing that in the bright daylight.
Oh, I've seen him before. Like I've seen from far away. I was walking by the Team Disney building, which is like the big building with the dwarves, and I saw him skedaddle, skittle, scat out of the gate from there, and I was
Pick
like,
a
huh.
word and go with it.
Scooch. He was scooching out.
That's not the one I would have picked.
And I was like, oh, okay, okay, Coyote. But yeah, so now I'm obsessed with him and I need to know his story. And
Well, you're
now
gonna have to
I'm
write
no
it.
longer in fear, but I don't want to yell at him. I just want to be like, come here, Coyote. Let's talk. You want to be in the pictures?
You're gonna be on the great white way, kid.
But anyway,
That's a pretty good moment of desperation.
it was. And I like, it's really crazy how when you are kind of face to face with death, how many thoughts you can have within. Like, I felt like it was in slow motion. He was prancing by, and I just went, oh, "Summer on the hike. Go away, Coyote. I should yell, but this is tough." Ah!
Amalia seeing the invisible man.
Yes, that's literally what it was. I just went,
Well, that's some good stuff. Listeners, I hope you have enjoyed this segment of the show. We're going to move on to the episode. But before we do, I just want to encourage you guys to please read the episode description. There is more that I would like to discuss, but we just don't have time. So I'm going to send to you, Christy's looking at me right now like, what? I'm going to send to you just something to include like on the bottom.
I'm like really confused. Like, what do you mean?
I no,
Are you
I
gonna
was
send them a link to something?
no, I was just gonna like put in something about my uncle because we have a lot of New York listeners.
Well, why don't you just say it really quickly? In the
'Cause it's a
time that
lot.
in the time you just said that, you could have just explained.
And I also don't want to bring down the mood.
No, you can bring it up. It's fine.
All right, listeners,
I think
I'm
it's
gonna
better
bring
to
down.
just tell them. Just tell them rather than nobody's gonna look at the show notes.
Well, I feel like a call to action would
Yeah, we'll
inspire.
do a call to action.
Okay, the call to action is this. For anybody in the New York area, or even if you're not, can you please share the link that I will have Christy put in the episode description? My uncle has been missing for about 2 weeks. He's a vulnerable adult. He's disabled, and he's probably somewhere in the greater New York City area, but we're all very concerned, and so, like, any help that you can provide in terms of sharing is like so appreciated. And also, just if you are in New York, taking a second look when you're getting on or off the train or in a busy area would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, we will post photos in the show notes and on the socials. He's kind of in his Zach Young era.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's not bring down the mood. He's Zach Young.
I mean, he's 59, so
Anybody can be Zach Young at any age.
that's true. You don't
Is
have
there
to
any-
be young to be Zach Young.
Okay, yeah, look out for him. Anyway, should we get into the episode?
Let's get into the episode.
So this episode is called season 4, episode 6, called "Now I Know, Don't Be Scared," and that's me with Walker the Coyote. We look up to see what this song is from?
No, I can look it up now.
I'm looking it up. Hold on.
Let's see who gets it
Scared.
first.
Okay.
Oh,
Danielle, I know things now. Oh, really?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Into the Woods. It's Red Riding's song.
Is it? And I know things now. Is that how it goes?
It's not, no.
What song is that? And I know things now.
This one goes, and I know things now, many terrible things that I hadn't known before.
Oh, yeah. That's Blanche.
Yeah. Blanche has seen the horrors.
So we start off with Edie Britt as a little girl. I guess she also lived on Wisteria Lane because it's just what it looked like. Getting
She
bullied.
grew up, born and raised on Wisteria Lane.
No, literally, like she just moved to one house over. And she was getting bullied by a bunch of boys who probably had a crush on her, so they're like pelting her with rocks and stuff.
That's not bullying, that's assault.
That's literally assault. And it's clearly her villain origin story because she grew up to then like pummel these men to a pulp, and now she only fears men leaving her.
I was a little
For
taken
somebody
aback.
else specifically.
Right. I was a little taken aback by the opening shot because it was this pair of saddle shoes that young Edie was wearing as she's like skipping down the street. And my high school uniform, we had to wear saddle shoes. So I was like, oh,
Oh,
you
wow.
don't see them very often anymore.
Can't say I noticed.
Your brain isn't wired to notice them. It's okay.
No, definitely not. Then Carlos, we're in present day. Carlos is frantically packing, and he's like, "Bye, Edie, I'm leaving you." She's like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, this wasn't Edie, this wasn't working out for us." And she's like, "What are you talking about? It's been fine." And she goes, "Is there somebody else?" And he goes, "No."
And all she wants is the truth. And she says as long as he tells her the real reason he's leaving, she won't mention his offshore bank account. And since she knows there's somebody else, she immediately goes to give him up.
Straight to the IRS. Also, side note, Sheena Shea from Vanderpump Rules, like friend-in-law of the pod, really, she released her book, and she released like a list of like all these famous men she slept with. Love her. Do you know the two of these that were on this list?
Oh no, hit me.
Ricardo Chavira
No way.
and Jesse Metcalf.
I knew it.
I'm like, okay, she was literally being Gabrielle Solis.
That's
Kind of
insane.
iconic of her.
Yeah, she was just cosplaying Gabby really hard.
No, I'm obsessed. We need her on the pod to talk about this. She was our friend Jesse talked about it because somebody asked him, and because now Sheena Shea is way more famous than Jesse Metcalf, so they're like, "Oh my God, you dated Sheena Shea?" And he goes, "Well, she's really successful now, but I certainly hope I'm not just known to be that guy who dated Sheena Shea 20 years ago."
I'm sorry. I think in my head he's still like 25 because he
Right.
acts like such a young jerk. But I want to make something abundantly clear. Almost everybody on the planet is more famous than Jesse Metcalf. Especially you and I.
No, kind of everything that he's known for is from 20 years ago, including Sheena Shea. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, Sheena's a Bravo icon now. And he even said, he was like, "Us real actors. We didn't know that this reality thing would last." And I was like, well, yeah. But I just think that's really amazing of her. Sheena, if you're listening, please come on the pod. I want to know all about this. When was it? Was it like at what point during the show? Did you get to go on set? Like, I need to know everything. I have to
Right,
read the book.
we need explicit details. And for anybody who is listening to this and you don't understand our malice towards Metcalf, you can go listen to the story time that we did on Patreon about our first and hopefully only encounter with him.
He's gonna DM us and be like, "Why are you guys talking about me on the podcast?" Well, maybe
gonna
if you were
say,
nice to us, we wouldn't have.
my name out your mouth.
Yeah,
and then
and
he's
I'll
gonna
be
slap us.
Yeah, we'll say, "So what's in it for us if we keep our mouths shut?"
Right.
Anyway, just needed to say that. Jesse Metcalf, if you're listening, we can let's clear this up on the pod.
He's not listening. We know this.
Oh my God, remember he messaged our listener about our merch?
Yes, that was so spooky.
You ever talked about that on the pod?
I don't think so. Do you remember what exactly happened? Because we
Yeah,
had
it was
released the Loverboy shirt.
Yeah, like just right when we had done that, he messaged one of our, I don't even know if she actually listens to the podcast, but it was like this young listener, like, follower. She was like 13.
Yeah, like 13 or 14.
And just like followed us for like Desperate Housewives content. And she was like, oh my God, Jesse Metcalf just messaged me about the merch because she had reposted us.
You know what I'm realizing?
And he goes, what's this? And we're like, oh my God.
Jesse Metcalf DM'd a 13-year-old.
Okay, no. We're not going there. We're not going there. I'm not putting that on him.
Anyway.
Okay, so now it's Halloween on Wisteria Lane. And this makes me want to celebrate suburban Halloween really, really bad.
Yes.
So the gays have the best decor, obviously. And they literally are like, we have to be friends with Brie because she is a gay son. Like, we're obsessed with her.
Yeah, and they also feel like now they've sort of alienated a lot of people on the lane with the fountain. And Bob and Lee are sort of like, all right, well, Brie is still great. Let's go invite her. So they go over, they say, hey, you want to come? And, you know, bring your whole family. And they happen to see Danielle in the window. Window. They see Danielle in the window. And Brie pretends that it's Andrew trying on his costume and saves face by saying that he's going as Cher, baby.
That is, like, again, she was only going to give birth to a gay son.
Right.
Like, she goes, yeah, he's a stereotype. He's gonna be Cher for Halloween. And
you know what? She couldn't think of anything else. Like, Danielle does not give Cher in her silhouette.
She could have just said Danielle was like there. I don't know. Just to say, oh yeah, Cher. I think he should have gone as like who do you think she should have said? Like maybe Dorothy.
Yes.
I think that would have made more sense than Cher, but I think Cher's just like funnier
Hilarious.
to see him in that. Then she goes in the house and she's like, Danielle, you cannot be seen anymore. You're not allowed out of this house or to go to that party.
And Danielle hates that because she feels like a prisoner once again. Then we go over to Gabby, who's leaving a message for Victor that
Wait, and you forgot to say that she straight up tells Andrew, she's like, you're going to Cher for Halloween. Sorry.
I think her words were, how familiar are you with pop icons from the 70s? So Gabby's leaving a voicemail for Victor, and she's like, ugh, this is so tacky. I hate that I have to do this over voicemail, but I'm leaving you. And then she gets a beep from Carlos, so she's like, oh, hold on, Victor. And she takes the call.
She's like, I'm back, Victor. Anyway, I can't believe I have to leave you on a hotel voicemail. She just keeps talking about being tacky.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Then we find Susan and Mike at genetic counseling. This storyline really irked me.
This was interesting. Kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and because Susan is now a woman of a certain age and she's pregnant, they have advised that she get genetic counseling just to make sure like there's no family history or anything that could potentially be present in the baby. And this is where Susan learns that Mike's father is alive, not dead as he told her on their first date.
Yeah, she's just shocked. Did we know, like, was that something on camera, like, that he said his father was dead?
No.
Or are they just backtracking on it? Or, okay.
They're retconning, I suppose.
Yeah.
But Susan, like, flips out. It's like, you say one thing one time, you know? Maybe he was drunk when he was talking about it.
Well,
Susan,
if you marry somebody and the whole time presumed that their father's dead, and then suddenly like, oopsie, they're alive, when he's already like a little bit shady. It's kind of giving like Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen when she tells everybody at her New Jersey high school her dad's dead, and then he shows up on like a motorcycle, and she goes, oh yeah, like, that's just my dad. She's like, huh?
I guess. I thought she was overreacting, let's put it that way.
I would like to see you in this situation. If your criminal husband all of a sudden is like, oh yeah, I have a dad and he's in prison and he's alive, you wouldn't be like, hey, that's actually a red flag.
That's my Mike.
Then Lynette gets home from treatment.
And you know what? Another thing. Another thing. There is nothing on earth that would ever truly keep Susan Meyer from Mike Delfino. Because we've now seen every possible bad thing that could happen between them, and she still comes back to him every time. So he killed a man, and she still loves him and is with him, and we know it was self-defense, etc. But Mike could do probably like the worst thing imaginable, and Susan would still be like, that's my Mike.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't think she would ever leave him over lying about his father, but I think she's just a little taken aback. Because the thing about her is she'll be taken aback and she'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe you lied to me. And then she'll get over it.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. Like, why'd you lie? Like, you're going to tell the truth about killing a man, but you're not going to be like, oh, by the way, my dad's actually alive and in prison for killing a man.
Like father,
But also,
like
I think
son.
she's also concerned because it's like, hey, if this is genetic,
Yeah. Predisposed to killing.
yeah, like, is their kid gonna end up killing somebody? Anyway,
You were saying about Lynette?
yeah. So Lynette comes home from treatment. You hated the Mike and Susan storyline. I hated Lynette's storyline
Yeah.
really bad, especially
Yeah.
at the end. So
I
she gets
know.
home and they don't know if like her treatment's over, if the cancer's done. So she's really just like stressed out about it. And anytime people bring it up, she just starts talking about a hole that's in the garden and a possum. Like
She's
using it
livid
to-
over this hole.
Oh my God. Yeah. And she's using it to like cover her feelings about having cancer. But
She really is you.
why?
Well, 'cause
I
you
would
use
never
things
kill
to-
a possum.
No, but you also cover your feelings.
I don't cover my feelings to myself. I just don't think that everybody's privy to what's going on in my mind. It's nobody's business.
That's something Lynette would say.
Yeah, well, my brain, my business.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. So then Mike is popping pills in his car, and then he gets home late, and now we're starting off on his drug addiction.
Susan is waiting for him awake. The moment he walks in, she turns the light on. And this is when she begins to grill him about his father. And it comes out rather quickly that his father is in prison for murder, as we mentioned. And Susan's reaction is that she needs to meet him. And I just wrote in all caps, is she okay?
I think that's valid. She wants to know, like, she's having a child born into generational murderers. Like, you gotta know if this is the time to just, like, get that out.
I can't believe this is the thing that we're disagreeing on.
I just think if you were put in this position and your husband's father was in jail for murder, you'd probably want to like, all right, let's hear him out. I'd want to.
You don't want to meet him?
Yes, I'd want to meet him. I'd be like, hey, like, what's the deal? Let's see what he's
You
like.
can't, like,
Does he have a?
call him, like, use his one free phone call a day?
No, that's family. You gotta meet.
I don't like the idea of being in a room with somebody who's killed somebody, and I have, and it's been fine, but, like, I wouldn't go out of my way to put myself in that position.
Yeah, but it's in a controlled environment. You're in the prison. I think it's okay.
It's
Anyway.
okay.
And then Lynette is buying stuff to murder the freaking possum, and Parker named him Scruffles, and this just literally pissed me off, so I can't talk about it.
I know, but all you need to know is that Lynette is hyper fixated on this. This is her only mission in life.
Yeah. And then Bree is warning Danielle that she might be sad about the baby, and it's going to be harder than she thinks to give it up. And she goes, I literally hate this baby. Like, I want it out of me right now. It's ruined my life. I can't hang out. I can't drink alcohol. I can't do drugs. Like, I can't hang out with my friends. Like, I
Kinda
just
real.
hate this stupid baby. Like, okay, that made me sad. Because that little baby's going to be like, I can hear. It's about to be born, and its mom hates him.
Well, I feel this way by proxy. So, like, I see a pregnant woman, and that's how I feel on her behalf.
Well, some people like being pregnant. Some people think differently than you do. You have to accept that because you seem to
That's
not.
rich coming from you.
No, I accept everybody else's feelings and thoughts that are
No, but
different
like,
from
remember when
mine.
we were talking about back in the day how some people like Vermont and you were like, I can't fathom that?
Well, that was like 10 years ago. Then I grew and got a frontal lobe and understand that people have different feelings. And now I love Vermont. I'm really excited to be there in a couple days.
When do you leave again?
I'm taking the red eye Wednesday night. I have to fly to Minnesota.
Oh,
And then from Minnesota, I'm going to Vermont.
I can't believe you're going back so soon.
I know.
Like, you
And then I
just
have
got
another
back.
trip in September.
That's insane.
And then I'm going to Denver in November.
What's in Denver?
Janica invited me to go see Jesse McCartney with her. So I was like, yeah, I'll be there.
Milton Lang is waiting for Gabby in her own home, and I don't know
Well,
how he got in there.
well, he probably has like a master key to everybody's house, like from the postman.
Don't like that.
And then he offers her like so much money. He's like, I'm gonna offer you like probably like $10 million. He's like, just be married for like 13 more months until he is governor, then you can leave. And she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, all Milton cares about is Victor's gubernatorial race, and I just love saying gubernatorial.
Never heard that word in my life. And then the IRS is like, sorry, Edie Brett, there is no offshore bank account under Carlos Solis. And she goes straight to Carlos. She goes, where'd you put the money? And he goes, what money, Edie? And she's like, the money from the offshore bank account. And he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. That would be really illegal.
And he's very loud with being like, I've never had illegal money, and if I did, I wouldn't have moved it.
And then,
Lynette.
oh yes, because he thinks he's being wired, so he starts talking like that. It was
Oh,
very
yeah,
funny.
yeah. Then Lynette goes over to Bree, and she's looking for advice on how to get rid of the possum. Um, and Bree is shocked because I know, honey. She's like, Lynette, I just thought you would be one of those liberal gun haters. And I just made the note, the new Lynette is not a liberal gun hater.
I love this. She went, oh, I thought you'd be one of those liberal gun haters. Ugh. I think she would have liked Donald Trump.
Bree?
Yeah. Gabby fully wants to take the bribe, and she's like, she shows Carlos the check, and he's like, Gabby, no. Remember
Gabby.
when I thought like Tanaka was going to like screw me over, and he did? And she's like, yeah. And he goes, well, I I shaved
Skimmed.
skimmed like $10 million off the top and put it in an offshore bank account. And she goes, and this used to go around on Tumblr all the time. She goes, you embezzled $10 million? And then grabs him and kisses him. She goes, oh, I've never loved you so much. And then goes, wait, that $10 million was from when we were married, so half of that should be mine. And he's like, ugh. And no, she says, I was entitled to half of everything you embezzled. Love that. Iconic.
She also mentions how Carlos is not working right now. So,
He hasn't worked since season 1.
yeah, but does nobody else question how Carlos survives?
Because there's no way, especially if he went to jail for embezzlement and a lot of that money and his property was taken away. Like, there's no
Right.
way he has like that big of like pocket money, especially if half of it went to Gabby. And also, I'm just really confused as to how much money they actually have.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they are the type of rich, and we see them like later, they're broke, but they're the type of rich where like you're rich if you really keep working, but when you
Yeah.
can't stop. So I'm like, how have you just? Well, he did have to get a roommate. So
And how long did that last?
yeah. Well, now he's living out of Edie's house, so he hasn't
true.
really been. Like,
He has no expenses.
he has no expenses. Like, there's no kids. He probably
Right.
doesn't have like a cell phone
To
or like
his
not a
chagrin,
big
there are
cell
no
phone bill.
kids.
Yeah, I think Edie's literally been his like sugar
Sugar mama.
mama. Yeah. And he probably wasn't paying that much in rent to Mrs. Sims. Like if Carlos
So,
the plumber, or sorry, if Mike the plumber could afford that house all on his own,
plumbers make amazing money.
I forgot they do. Ugh. But still,
S-
I don't
Speaking
know.
of Mike, he and Susan are at the jail or the prison visiting his dad. And Susan really doesn't beat around the bush too much. She kind of launches right into, hey, so who did you kill?
And he says he killed his boss. And basically, he said he and his friend were up for the same job, and he got really pissed off because he wanted the job more. And then the friend went and said bad things behind his back, and he got really mad. So after he got the job, he strangled him with like his tie. That's
I
why
also
jealousy
noticed
is a disease.
I also noticed that Mike and his dad have entirely different regional accents.
I did not notice that at all.
His dad talks like a 1930s New York mobster, and Mike has a southern accent.
Well, maybe Mike's dad was like from New Jersey, and then he moved to the South and killed his boss
And had Mike.
and then I had Mike. Yeah, I think that's totally possible. My dad has a very heavy Puerto Rican accent, and I have a Valley Girl accent now.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, your mom has a very heavy Staten Island accent, and you don't.
Does she?
You have a very yes. Oh, Summer. Oh, Christy, how are you? Oh, my girls. Oh, are you just living it up in LA? Yep. Take care of Summer. You hear?
I'm laughing.
Like that's completely plausible.
And then we are at Bob and Lee's sick Halloween party. It looks like so much fun.
No, I want to be there really bad.
And Lee says something as soon as Catherine and Dr. Adam Young walk in, which is crazy because this was really her only moment of screen time. She's dressed up as Marie Antoinette, and Lee says something about how Marie Antoinette was also a self-proclaimed queen who, like, didn't get her way or something.
And then how he says she got murdered or something. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, you can't say that on Wisteria Lane. You don't know where you moved to.
And then Orson is a little lad. I'm like really confused.
These are all like really crazy costumes. I love that nobody was doing couples costumes.
Yeah.
Like Catherine was Marie Antoinette. Adam Castle shows up as Frankenstein. I was like, this is amazing. I love everybody really went all out. Like this is the Halloween of my dreams. Like this is what I want to see.
Yes, and Bree is Bo Peep, and there's just like no cohesion, obviously, because Andrew does have to show up as Cher. It's hilarious. And who walks in the door but Miss Danielle Vandekamp, pregnant and dressed as Bree, which is genius. It's a genius move.
And I'm sorry, Tofu is doing something bad as usual. So Danielle is dressed as Brie, and she is fully staying in character. Like Julie's like, "Oh my God, hi Danielle," and she goes, "Ah, "Julie, look at your hair," or something like that. And then Julie fully touches her stomach and goes, "Wow, so realistic. I felt a kick." Julie, you're a smart girl. You're
Yeah.
Nancy Julie. You should have been able to figure that out.
Nancy, truly, I forgot about that. Yeah, no, Danielle is method at this party.
That's what I said. I said Julie tries to hug her, and she goes method.
Then,
Yeah. Yeah.
wait, I don't remember what came next because my note just says Susan needs to mind her business and go to the Halloween party.
I just wrote Susan spooked. He has no remorse.
Oh, about the father.
Yeah. And then Mike is like, he's not a bad guy. He's a good guy who did a bad thing. Michael, I just don't think that's true. I don't think you're a good person if your jealousy consumes you so much to the point you would kill your friend. I just think that's an evil spirit.
Yeah.
He should have just been happy for his friend as he got the job. Actually, no, because his friend shit talked him, so that's not good. But
I mean,
still.
they could have worked this out over a cup of coffee and not raised those
Exactly.
stakes.
Like, I just simply don't think that a good soul would just kill somebody with a necktie.
In the next scene, Lynette has an air rifle. She is not going to the Halloween party because she is so consumed with the possum. And Tom, who is dressed up, finds her lurking, waiting, watching. And he says, "You've declared jihad on a possum." Which is a hilarious line.
He was great in this scene, and I think we saw a really good side of Tom Scavo this episode, where he can see. Ah, don't hit me. Tofu just went up and went onto my arm. Oh my god.
Tofu Lou.
I think we saw a really good side of Tom this episode, where he can see right through Lynette, and he is a man who actually can think. So he's like, oh, she's focusing on this possum because she's worried about the cancer. I'm just gonna let her do her thing. I thought it was very sweet. Am I anti-killing the possum? Yes. I would have taken the rifle right out of her hands and beat her with it and said, "You don't have cancer anymore. Let this possum go." But that's not what Tom did. He was being nice.
For once.
For once. And a possum had to die because of it.
Back at the party, Danielle's water breaks.
On probably a $10,000 rug. And they rush her over to the house. And she's like, "We can't go to the hospital. It's coming right now." I was like, oh my god, that baby's just sliding right out.
Yeah.
And Orson's like, "I can do it. I'm a doctor," but he's drunk. He's wasted.
Is so funny. I just love him.
And
mind you, Bree goes, "You're a dentist."
And then Bree goes to get Adam Castle, and she goes, "I need your help, but this has to be doctor-patient confidentiality." And he goes, "Is this anything about the pregnancy you've been faking?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, it is." And so he fully just delivers this child as Frankenstein. Then the Scavo kids are trying to trick or treat completely unattended. No parent.
Yeah.
Lynette is too busy trying to kill an innocent possum. Tom is probably doing shots at the party. Stella's probably drunk on the couch. So these kids are left to their own devices. So they're like, "Why isn't anybody opening the door?" So they go to sneak in the back. They're like, "If they're not going to give us treats, we're going to give them a trick." So
they're like, "Them's the rules."
Yeah, so they go around the back. I don't know what they're planning on doing, but they see this baby being delivered by Frankenstein. And they're just like, oh my god. I feel really bad for Parker, because within 1 year, he sees a dead man in a freezer and Frankenstein delivering a baby, and probably Danielle's vagine. Those are 3 things you don't want to see.
Then later, I don't know, this didn't seem very realistic to me, because Danielle is kind of just perfectly fine. So it's a couple hours later, Danielle looks as though she has not given birth, nor has she been pregnant whatsoever. She's alert. She says she's tired, but there's absolutely no physical sign of it. So Bree comes into the room with the baby, and Danielle holds the baby, and she gets really emotional.
Yeah, and Bree's like, and we finally see a really nice moment for Bree, because she's willing to throw away this entire charade that she's had. So she's like, "Do you want to keep this baby? Do you change your mind? What do you want to do?" I don't know what she would have told all her neighbors, but Danielle's just like, "No, you need to take him. It's better for all of us."
Yeah. And then Gabby's whole shtick this episode has been leaving voicemails, because she's on the phone leaving Susan a voicemail, and then she goes outside and gets into a limo where Victor is waiting for her.
And she's like, "I was trying to leave you, Victor." And he's like, "Why?" And she goes, "Well, you don't have any time for me ever. I can't talk to you." So he goes, "Okay." And he just goes through his planner and just rips pages out and goes, "Now I'm free." And she goes, "Okay, well, you're not going to not run for governor, so I don't want to be like a governor's wife." And he goes, I won't run. And she's like, oh, wait. I changed my mind. Because, to be honest, at this point, Victor has been nothing but nice to her. He's just been a little bit busy. So
Yeah.
I think this has kind of just been Gabby projecting Carlos onto him. But in reality, he is willing to, like, change his ways a little bit.
Yeah, I felt like a little bit bad for Victor, but
Yeah. Um, but yeah, like he didn't judge her. Like in her mind, she's okay. I think she's an unreliable narrator because in her mind, when he's like, "Ugh, oh my God, how are we going to cover up this affair? Like, I just don't want this getting out." She's like, "Ugh, oh my God, I can't believe he didn't even care about this." But no, he wasn't being judgmental. He was just like, "Okay, like let's just make sure we
yeah,
keep it quiet."
I see what you're
But I
saying.
think, yeah, like I think she's taking the good things he's doing sourly wrong.
Sourly.
Look at that little cat.
I love that little cat.
Little cat. Little cat. Okay.
Then Susan goes back to the jail. She talks to Mike's dad, and he says that he does have remorse for what happened in as much as it affected Mike, and that he kind of went from like being awesome, super popular, life was good, to everybody looking at him differently because he had a murderer for a father.
And he says it set like a darkness in Mike. He's like, Mike has a darkness that's never like gone away ever since what I did. He was such a popular kid until I killed someone.
Well, yeah, that'll do it.
I think it will. That'll do it.
And then Edie goes to Victor with the photos of Gabby and Carlos. Dun dun dun.
And
Edie,
then,
can you just like stop?
I just think she needs to mind her business. It's like, okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry your relationship didn't work out. But again, like, I just don't think it's cheating when they go back to somebody they were previously married to.
I know
think that's
what
just,
you mean,
I think
but
that's just the universe doing its thing. Like, that's who they're supposed to be with.
I know what you mean, but the fact that she's not only in a relationship but married to Victor does
Well,
quite
in
literally
the eyes of the
constitute.
Catholic Church, she's still married to Carlos. So I don't see the problem. There's no divorce in the Holy Bible. And I learned that from this show. We'll get to that at some point.
Then Lynette's oncologist comes over, and at first, like, tensions are really high because what doctor delivers or makes house calls anymore? But he tells everybody that she is cancer-free.
And Stella gets really excited. She goes, "Oh, come, let me make you a drink." And this just reminded me of when after I got my back surgery, my parents saw my surgeon having a whiskey at the bar. And they were like, "Whoa, I'm glad you weren't drinking
Wow.
before." And he's like, "Okay." And then Lynette's like really relieved. And then she goes out and starts sobbing because she killed a possum. And I didn't like this. It triggered me really bad.
Yeah, I also didn't like this scene, and that was the end of the episode.
I just don't think that it needed to show the possum.
I
Right,
get
Tofu?
why they did, but I wish they had not.
Same. And then Bob and Lee are cleaning up, and Mary Alice says, "The thoughts in our head scare us the most. What does not kill us makes us stronger."
And she said it just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was now the end of the episode.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let us know your thoughts in the Spotify comments below or on the
Wait,
Discord.
Spotify has comments?
Spotify has comments. I just recently learned this, and we have like a good amount of them.
Really?
Yeah, they're all very lovely.
Oh, that is amazing. I'm gonna go
You
look.
know. And so leave us a comment there or, on any of our respective social media platforms, I guess.
Yeah, talk to us. We desire communication.
Talk to us in French, talk to me in Spanish, talk to me in your made up language. Does it matter when you understand your fees? Talk with me with secrets and fees. Okay. And y'all come back now, you hear. And keep an eye out for Summer's uncle if you're in New York City. Bye.
Thanks.